everyone, welcome into the Birdland Network, where we talk all things Orioles and Major League Baseball. Spring training is in full effect for the Orioles. The entire team, the full squad workouts start Tuesday, February 18th, and it's an exciting time. Games are right around the corner. But I wanted to touch today on a video to talk about the Orioles owner, David Rubenstein. He was down with the team just a day or two ago. He was down there seeing the team, talking to the coaches, talking to the players. But he also he had time and he talked to the media. He gave some media time, and the media had some really good questions, and he had some pretty interesting answers to some of those questions. And I kind of want to go over those and my thoughts on what those might mean for the future of this team. But before we do that, if you are new here, please consider subscribing to the channel. Just hit that subscribe button and that bell notification. That way, every time we go live or do a new video, you'll be notified. But yeah, let's get right into this. So he did. He took some time to talk to the media, and I'm going to touch on 3 of the different comments that he made during his media press conference that I thought was kind of neat and kind of interesting take on these. So let's get to the first one, where they talked to him about the financial side of the Orioles, and I'll give you what his quote was. So this is what he said. I'm quoting David Rubenstein here. He says, "I don't have a financial limit. The team is in very good financial shape. We don't have debt problems. We don't have financial challenges or anything like that. We want to put the best team on the field we can, and we don't have a constraint by saying there's a certain amount of money we'd spend. So we can get the best team we can get. We will try to do that, and if it costs more money, then we'll do it." Interesting. "But we don't have any particular financial constraints. I don't have a financial limit. The team is in very good financial shape. We don't have debt problems. We don't have financial challenges or anything like that. We want to put the best team on the field we can, and we don't have a constraint by saying there's a certain amount of money we'd spend. So we can get the best team we can get. We will try to do that, and if it costs more money, then we'll do it. But we don't have any particular financial constraints." So he kind of reiterated himself 2 or 3 times in that statement about no financial constraints, no debt. Team is in really good financial shape. And I think that goes a long way in hopefully the future of this team. Not just, obviously, we'll talk about, the elephant in the room with the next statement. But, when it comes to free agents, guys, coming up for free agency that are already on the team, or maybe free agents that become available from other teams down the road, are the Orioles willing to get into bidding wars for some of these players to bring some of the top talent into Baltimore? Sounds like they are willing to do that from what he's saying here. No financial constraints, no debt. We're in a good shot. We're in good shape. He's not looking to say there's a particular amount of money they will spend and then stop. He's not putting any restraints on this team. And he said it like 2 or 3 times. So to me, that means something. That means something not just with extensions, which we'll talk about in a minute, with current players, but maybe free agents who might be coming in from the outside. And I think that's something that needs to be taken into account by Orioles fans to remember this day and those exact words when these free agents come up and these guys come up for free agency that are on the Orioles. We need to remember these comments because I think they're important. Now, the second question that he got was talking about contract extensions on current players. And I want to touch on this one as well. So his response to that was this: "I don't want to use the word confident, because that would imply that I have some inside knowledge that I don't really have. I would say we have some great players. I just had lunch today with 2 of the great ones, Adley and Gunnar, and they're obviously very talented people." That was just a social lunch. I wasn't talking business with them. It was mostly about their background. But I recognize how baseball operates and that it would be great if you can sign some people to longer-term contracts. But it takes a while to do it. And right now we're focused on getting the team ready for the season, and we'll see what unfolds. But we're not unaware of what you're talking about. So that was an interesting take from David Rubenstein. Yes, he understands contract extensions. Yes, he wants to keep these players in Baltimore. He also understands that those contract extensions take a while to unfold. And the reason for that is very true because it comes from both sides. He can offer, but they've got to accept. They've got to be willing to talk. Do they want to stay? Do they not want to stay? So it takes 2 to tango when it comes to contract extensions. But he is aware of it, and sounds like it's something that hopefully down the line they're going to tap into before these guys get real close to free agency. I really think they need to lock these guys up well before they even start to think about free agency. But we'll see if the Orioles do that or not. But it's a good sign that they understand that these guys need contract extensions. They understand the talent they have, and they understand that they want to keep these players in Baltimore for as long as they can. Hopefully they'll be able to do that. I don't know, but I thought that was an interesting comment from him. And then last but not least, the one thing I did want to talk about was somebody asked about his relationship with the front office. How often do they talk, his input, their input. And I thought this was interesting as well. He said, I think in all of baseball, I'm not aware of any owners who say to their general managers, do anything you want and call me at the end of the season. I think all owners are involved, and we're no different than anybody else. We didn't have a financial limit on what we could spend or not spend, but he did want to let us know what he was doing all the time and get our input. And we gave him our input. But our input really was relating to learning more about the players. It wasn't so much about the money. The money isn't the big issue. We are financially in very good shape. So he's got a good relationship with Mike Elias. They talk. Mike Elias talks to them daily, according to what he was saying, whether it be text, email. He's always got them in the loop of what's going on with the team, the pulse of the team, what's needed, what's not needed. But once again, one of the big takeaways from this statement was the money isn't the big issue. We are financially in very good shape. So once again, he's reiterating there's money there. They're in good shape financially. Again, they did increase the payroll this year from $103 million last year, I think, to $161 this year, which is like a 56% increase. Not on any major free agent names, but they did spend money. It's more about quantity than major quality, I would say. But I think it's a good sign. There is money there. There is money being spent. It's now just a matter of spending it in the right place. It's one thing to spend money. It's another thing to spend it well, smart. Hopefully the Orioles do that. That's the key. So overall, from just those three comments during his talk with the media, I would say he was very open. He was very frank in a lot of ways. A little bit of underlying thoughts there when it comes to extensions. Didn't really break down that, yes, we're going to get them signed. Absolutely, we're going to get it done for sure. Didn't really go that far, but he did acknowledge the elephant in the room. And hopefully we'll get those done for sure. But the big thing was financially, he said they're in great shape. And boy, oh boy, if you're in good shape, then you better start talking extension with some of these guys. Because if we lose these guys to free agency, and you said that we had financially really good shape and we had money to spend, and we don't spend it on these guys, somebody's going to come calling. So we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully they'll get these guys signed to some long-term extensions. But there you go. I just wanted to touch on a few comments that David Rubenstein had made in his talk with the media yesterday. But now I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments. What do you think about these comments? These quotes from David Rubenstein. What do you think? Is this a good sign? Is this just all, like pomp and circumstance, smoke and mirrors, or is he really going to spend the money? I guess we're going to find out, but I want to hear what you guys think. Again, if you are new here, please consider subscribing to the channel and give us a like. It's very, very important. It helps to really share us out with YouTube. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you. Spring training's here. Baseball's here. It's an awesome, awesome time for sure. Thanks for joining me. Until next time, keep rooting for the O's and take care of yourselves and each other. Bye now.